Look at that. Just like olden times, it still works. People don't believe it, it does still work. Look, a teaspoon, a shot, and a nice perch there. Got a bit of weed on it. Not a big pike, but I'm happy with that. And look at that teaspoon. He just nailed it. Well folks, I'm down here on the banks of somewhere which I'm very lucky to find. I don't even know if I'm going to get home to make this film if I ever catch any fish. 2.5, 3/4 hours driving, eventually I found the place. So it's welcome to the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. I don't know if there'll be any fishing. I'm looking for pike and or perch. Lures only, no bait. So let's get cracking before the rain comes. Right, the guy in the tackle shop said try by the sluices. Wasn't sure, it's a big sluice, so that obviously gets some major floods. The scary part is the scale up there goes up in what, I don't know, feet, meters or whatever. But where I'm standing now, it's over my head. So it basically nearly goes over the top of the bridge. So I guess when all the rain comes down on these hillsides, runs down into the flat area, and then these do flood. So they've had quite a bit of rain. I'm trying to beat rain tomorrow actually. I'm actually trying to beat rain. That's why I've come today. There's a load coming, so I'm not going to walk too far. I'm just going to fish here for about 20 minutes, half an hour, have a fish, see if I can pick a fish up. But more important, I don't want to get caught in the rain. Let's have a few casts. Going to be starting with regular fixed ball reel, the old kanji rod, a spinner blade, but I put my own sort of plastic muppet on the end of that and just give it a throw purely because a different part of the river or canal I actually fished before, I did have a couple of takes on. So we're going to give it a go with this and I'm going to try something else. You can see here, you might be able to just see there, the scale of measurements up there and a massive sluice, so it must absolutely belt through here. There's a sort of strange bubbly bit over there. We're going to try all along here, just give it a go. Listen guys, it's just fishing. I do not need to slip in here. Very slopey sort of bank. So out we go. Don't know whether I'm going to lose the gear or what here. I normally fish this one pretty slack. I've no idea on depth, absolutely nothing. Got no ideas, depths, weed, anything. Probably snags in here as well, I don't know, bits of maybe trees have come down. Who knows? I've got weed on it already. Come off. And he told me to work around the sluice area. He said there's some big perch. The thing is, with a big single hook which I've got here, then obviously there's a chance of losing in a snag, a rock or tree, branch, anything like that. Very nice if you know all the river and know the snags and where to fish. I don't. I just got to work my way through it. Well, I purposely came upstream because it seemed very straight downstream. Sorry about the camera blowing about, it's on a pole. It's absolutely howling the wind. What I did find was I've altered the distance between my shot here, to show you, and the blade, and I slid it down and put a kink just there in the wire, so it's just about the right size when they grab the back of it. But I thought there's more bends, there seems to be more bends and snakes, and it just gives me features. I don't like long straight bits. You know, I know you can go along cast. I sort of find it, but I get bored quick, you guys. You followed me enough, I get bored quick. Unless there's any action, I get bored. And I'm looking for features. There's willows up there, just hanging. There's about 1, 2 every half a mile, I think. It's not exactly the most feature-laden stretch of water, but they can obviously see in there. I'm surprised that I've persevered with this for about an hour and a half. I'm kind of surprised that I haven't had more perch. I really am. I've got my other teaspoons to try, but you know, it shows you it works. But I just thought there might be more features where there's a bend, there's a change in the current. Some other guys moved straight in where I was fishing by those sluices, no idea, but I could see them casting and retrieving, so they're obviously lure fishing as well. 5 pounder would be nice. 5-pounder on a teaspoon. Just starting to get like this. Wow, that wind is ridiculous. It's trying to get weed, which is not a bad thing because pike lay in the weed. That wind is just, I could cast this thing about 250 yards if I really wound it up in the wind. And I'm sticking with this purely because I'm thinking the guy said there's some really good perch in here. So I am sort of hedging my bets more towards the perch. I think if I put a bigger spoon on, which I will try later on, I would probably get, oh, that's weed I'm getting now. I'd probably get pike on the bigger ones, maybe, but I'd get no perch. That'd be my take on it. What do I know? Never even seen the water before. It's where you need local knowledge, people. You need local knowledge. Not just local knowledge, you need somebody to say, oh, don't waste your time in that bend there, go down, you know, you need all that. That's what you need. Information. Because it's somewhere I've never fished before. I'm probably wasting a hell of a lot of the day in an area that's totally devoid of pike. And I changed over to this kiddie, which is a deep diving. See the long vein there? I can't tell you what it's called. Somebody of the lure, the old tackle tarts, I love that. I'm looking now, I can't see what it's called, but there you go. It's got a long vein, it's deep diving. I figured I've seen some little 1 or 2 inch fish flipping around, so I thought I'd try this, and because I can just work it deeper, I figured with the tide coming up, you've got to think all the time. I had nothing there, absolutely nothing earlier on. Well, one perch. I came back and I thought, that's a totally different river. And that's because the tides come in. And I used to fish the lower Stour down in Dorset Stour, and that used to be the same. The salt water used to push the fish up, so high tide was quite good up near the, what I call the sort of the top areas, you know, before the weirs. And it changes the current totally. So maybe it turns the fish on, the salt comes up, or backs all the fresh water up. I don't know, I don't live here. Backs all the pressure up, pushes the fish up and concentrates them more. If the bait fish are concentrated, the pike are concentrated, the teaspoon's going away for a while, guys. Bit more like it. I changed over to a lure. I came down because the tide has changed here, and bingo, totally awesome, decent sized pike, fantastic. And it's just changing. I think what happened is the tide has come up here as tidal, it's changed it totally, and it must have pushed the fish up here, I don't know. But I thought there's an extra 2 feet of water, therefore I've got to get down another 2 feet. I'll show you the lure in a second, but well pleased with the pike, guys. Let's get it back. Just see on the unhooking mat here is a leech. Can you guys see that there? Hopefully. So he was on that pike. They generally get on them in the winter when they're laying right in the mud on the bottom, but there's one leech that the pike won't have on him. Can just get him off my pliers. Right, out again. I just came up below the sluice, tried all in the fast water, nothing, a little bit slacker here, and he picked me up and hit me right under there. So I'm figuring underneath these, again, these might have been hanging down when the water was low, and as the tides come up, it's lifted this up and it makes like a big reed mat. So maybe I should work around the edges a bit more. It's all a learning process. even at my age. I'll tell you what, it's a learning process. Not rolling this up so it blows across the other side of the drain. This place is so like Norfolk. I'm going to put that, what I normally do when it's windy. I've lost a few unhooking mats on windy days. So like Norfolk with just straight drains, you know. Well, they're draining the land for agricultural use, aren't they? Does lightning strike twice? We'll try. And these lures are very, very deep divers, so the faster I wind it, the deeper it goes. I'm just giving it little jerks and stops and starts. So I find personally, some guys like just winding constant speed because they'll cover more ground. I personally like the stop start, and I think it's because I would definitely be classed as what they used to call a meat merchant. I like using bait. Don't like using live baits now. Years ago, used to use them. Some people use big 1 pound chub and half pound dace. No, I've stopped all that now. I haven't done it for 30 more years. Don't mind a small live bait, but to be honest, a twitched dead bait is the way I used to catch all my fish. And of course, when you stop retrieving with this reel, the lure floats to the surface. So rather than get to close in where all the snags are and wind fast to think you're going to yank it out, all you're doing is pulling it deeper in the snags. You're better just let it float to the surface and then you can just lift it out. I better check the drag. I was loaded up on that drag. My goodness, no wonder the hooks went in. It hit me about there. That was quite tight, that and back wind I was on. I'm going to just try around the front of these rushes. The wind is a horror story. I can only do any talking with my back totally to the wind. And tomorrow's even worse. It's going to rain, 25 knots of wind. See, now my problem, and I'm admitting it, I'm looking at this drain and I've got features, so I'm confident here and here I've got a feature. But the thing is, where do I go? Where do I now go? This is where you need local knowledge. Is it a waste of time? Do I just sort of salmon fish, have a few casts, 3 casts move, 3 casts move, that type of thing? One more long cast. Is this where they say it's gone down the drain? Is that where the saying comes from? Gone down the drain. Where's old Bill Smith gone? God dear, haven't you heard he's gone down the drain? Pike fishing probably. See, I'm just twitching this. Oh, that's hit the weed. No, that felt like a bump. You know, you can also get perch hitting these shads like this. Check it for weed. I'm going to have another go there. Now this is a gap in the weather. Although we got the wind, it's blowing the rain away, thank goodness. I have some really naff times, you know, trying to do these films. Some people can just go when they want, pick the best trips, get the secret spots, all that business, book the best boat. Easy peasy. Not quite so easy when you've got to go to a new water you don't even know 200 miles away and nobody to talk to. I've no trouble not talking to people, but the information would save me a considerable amount of retrieval time with this reel. This one is a 4000, just a stern drag reel. It's not a bait runner, don't need it. So I'm working my way down. You'd ask me, why did you stop there, Graeme? Well, obviously that's a match area because it's worn away. So there could have been ground bait in there over the weekend, you know, if they've had a match here. Could have attracted the small fish, thereby the pike might be there. But I've actually come here specifically because, look, it's right there in front of me, without falling in. Can you see it? X marks the spot. There's got to be a fish here, surely. Let's try the margins first. Small fish dimpling there, but they're very, very small. X marks the spot. There's anglers and danglers. Nope, let's go up this way. Got to watch this wind here. It's going to blow the lure into the snags if I'm not careful. Right by those rushes. Oh, I thought X marks the spot might be the literally X marks the spot. What a pleasure with a bit of blue sky. I'm on, guys. Long cast, way over the back there. I'm trying to hold my rod out. I'm not fishing like a complete twat. I'm trying to get him round that corner there. Okay, I think he's in front of me. Sorry to fight it like this. I'm trying to keep him away from the rushes. I've no idea. Oh, nice fish. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Don't have to see people fight a rod. Hold a rod like this, do you? I do not want to lose it in those rushes. I cannot go out any deeper, and he's going in it. I've got to hold him now. No, he's buried. That's why I was doing that, guys. That's why I was doing it. See if he comes out. I got him out as far as there. I can get him, guys. Now, the lure is caught, so I'm probably going to lose the fish. I cannot get the fish and the lure. It's a good pike. Son of a gun. I might have him. I might have him. Oh, oh, got him. Got to watch where those hooks are, boys. So we're lucky to get that fish out there. He's got his teeth tangled. Try not to get the trebles in the net if you can, because it just gets tangled. Just like that. Oh, what a beauty, eh? Look at that. He can eat anything he wants. Well, I'm very, very lucky to get that fish out. Oh, well pleased with that. How the world changes around just with that tidal change. It must have been the tidal change that's done it. Here we go. That one is a good one. I had to try and keep the rod out because I knew they were going to bury under there, and when you're fishing with lures, you've got two sets of hooks. Wow. The saying is, what do those carp people say? Get in! Sad, but true. I try and chin them out where I can because I just hate all this business. Look, it's just hanging on the point there. Off comes one hook, and in goes another one. And they twist. You know, I know how to get them out, but even I get in an awful mess. Look, that's what he buried me in, all that weed. I was very, very, very lucky to get that fish out. I better have a few more casts here, people. The lucky shad lure, eh? And another reason for bringing an extending landing net pole. I'm a bit superstitious, so I have to have it bent sort of a certain way. I can't have it like that way. I have to have it that way. Well, it's just down from X marks a spot, wouldn't I? Now, I stopped at this swim, not because it's a match swim, as you can see, guys. Look, it's not. The only reason I've stopped here is because I generally fish features, and there might be a pike around that sort of slack underneath that overhang. That's the only reason I've stopped here, but we'll give it a throw. On again, guys, over on the far side. Now this time I'm a little bit closer to the rushes, but without going in, one hopes. The trouble is the fish come in pretty quick. Oh look, it's a nice fish, 6 pounds or more. Here comes the rain. Woo! Check that drag, boy. This one's a feisty one for sure. He slammed that lure big time. Am I going to get him in? He's hanging. If he comes off, No problems. I do not really want him in the net. Come on, boy. Got him. There's the lure. I've beat the rain. There's the lure. There is a real nice pike. Beautiful condition with that tail. Typical drains type of pike. They're all the same, aren't they? Leeches there. See the leeches on his head there? Nice, decent sized pike. Let's get him out. Oh, a good sized one. And turn him over. He's gone. Wowee. Suddenly the day's turned around. I've got a lot of rain coming in a second. And no hand wipe rag. Fortunately, the farmer's left me all these old rushes. Wow, that was a slamming take. Let's cast on straight on, guys. I'm straight on again. I've just got to get him out before the rain comes. Oh, he's going for the rushes. Come out, come out. Come on. Look at, wow, he's one angry pike. Sweet. Let's get him in. Hopefully he's got all the jumps out of him. It's another pike. Look at the mark across him. OMG. Semicircle there, guys. Farmer's got to give me more grass to wipe my hands with. I'm running out of grass. And hopefully the black clouds going past. Well, 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 that one hit me close in. This has just got to be the tidal situation, guys. I don't know. Any drains? Somebody tell me. I feel like the drain as straight as this. I'm sort of not too far from King's Lynn in Norfolk. They just seem to have come on the feed. Although I have done good late afternoon before when they come up on fry. Having said that, I haven't seen this dirty hand of slime's covered in fish slime now. I don't know if they get any big ones in here, real like 20s and 30s. I've no idea. Absolutely none whatsoever. Oh God, that was living dangerously, Graeme. Holy cow. You'd think that was a cast of the century, but the wind got it. See, I just seem to do better jerking it like this, you know, just stop, pause, stop, pause. It's because I've done so much dead baiting. Of course, you do get the weed. Of course, you get the weed, but you'll get that with a constant retrieve as well. Now, the other school of thought is a constant retrieve where the lure's just like this gives you more ground coverage, and that's very true. That is true. Look, see, I've already got weed there. That's a no pike scenario. I'm going to try down there. Long way. My opinion is that pause and twisting and flashing is how I've always had most of my takes, almost on the drop back, as the flutter back, or the static of the lure, or of the bait, sorry, and I try and apply that to the lure. Not all lures, obviously, but these smaller lures, I definitely like the jerky sort of retrieve, with a pause in between. You've just got to be aware for the take up of the slack, because the minute they bite on a lure, they're going to be shaking their mouth trying to get rid of it. Is it worth the throw upstream? Try one. Try one for luck. Just want to miss the rain. Hopefully the rain goes through. Afternoon. Trying to beat the rain.
Yeah. I don't think tomorrow's going to be too bad.
Tomorrow's a bad one, I think, yeah. Now I'm just looking for telltale signs, and I'd imagine, look at this massive area of pasture land. I think that might be, is it a tor, T-O-R? Sort of mountain, but basically it's all flat, all flat, all flat, and rainy. And I wonder if the river originally ran here, and they've dredged it up and then made this bank either side to stop the water flooding into the fields. That'll be my take on it. But what I was going to say is somebody's been down here, so it tells me, look, I can see the step marks. Just like that. Oh God, here comes the rain. It's not going to be good. I'm not so stupid that I don't bring a little folded umbrella. Basically just for the cameras. The other stuff's all closed up there, isn't it? You know, the tackle box. But I don't need water on the lens. I normally jam this down my neck and I fish at the same time, but I think I'll just wait and see what happens to this one. It's a nice colour water now, I have to say. Maybe it's been backed up and it's made the water go a touch clearer, I feel. Maybe it's just me because I've caught fish. Probably because I caught fish, it seems better. Still the very odd little tiny fish dimpling, 2 inches long. There's nothing scattering there. Well, that's gone through now. Yep. If you're a roving angler and you do roving fishing like this, just a little rolled up umbrella stuck in your pocket. I'll have to have it for photography. Right. Let's get out again. Well, it's getting on a bit now. Now listen, obviously that's the only feature I can see on the whole drain really. Big branch there, a load of weed held up there. With the following wind and those trees, the branches will be blowing away from me, but I still can't judge and it's too risky to send my lure. I want as close to that weed mat as I can get. So what you want to try and do is cast, it's only in a river, way up like that, and then I'm letting the current sweep it down. So I could start retrieving now. I'm not going to bother. I'm going to let the plug, the lure, which is floating, it's going to go all the way down. I won't start the retrieve until I get right near the edge of that weed mat. And very often there could be a pike laying underneath there. It's coming up 4 feet, 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 foot. Boom, I started tweaking it. It's just those first few turns of the reel handle, a pike could come out from underneath there and just grab it. And you know, very often they'll follow it right in here. So you know, I can't get down any farther, so I'm slowing the retrieve. Look, I slow the retrieve, watch the plug come up. Plug's floating on the surface, I wind down, lift it out the water. If you pull out too quickly with a deep diving lure with a big lip on it like this, which is a deep diver, you're going to put it straight in the rushes and you'll end up possibly losing it or having a lot of grief trying to get down and dig it out. Again, I've cast right in the neck there of that weed mat. I'm just letting the plug, I'll keep dead still. It's about 6 feet, 5 feet, 4 feet, and there's a belly of line there as well, 2 foot or so. It's just how dangerous do you want to be before you retrieve it. It's worth a shot. It just saves losing a lure, you know, trying to cast too close. We've all done it, we've all cast near the snags, because we know that where the bait fish are, and hopefully where the pike are, predators. Now, this spot here looks like it's been fished just down here. If I go in, I go in. It's sort of collapsing a bit. I think we can get down there. No, you can fish from up here. Another thing I've noticed is all this wetland, as it were, all this water drains. One assumes the ground's wet all around the field, the pasture land, of which there's millions of acres. How come there's no water birds? Is there something wrong with the water? Who knows? God, I could get a good grip here. Yeah, there's no moorhens, there's no coots, there's no swans. It's a result anyway. I've seen 2 mallards all day, male and female, 3 rooks, 2 pigeons. This is all day walking, say miles, very, very long way up and down. I don't understand that. I thought it was a big, where's the geese? Where's all the geese? I don't know, are they migrating? Look, the time I'm doing this, it's late autumn. There's nothing in the sky, barely any birds, just the odd pigeon. They're flying like crazy, really fast. Well, probably because they're being chased and shot by the farmer. I think it's a big shooting area. I don't know whether they put pheasants down here or not. Probably not enough woodland. Oh, I was trying to get it down. I've got a big fish on, boys. I mean a big fish. Here's a nice one. Where's the river start? I was just thinking about moving back, and up he came, crocodile. That's a funny hook, and I'm going to try and, I've got a feeling he's going to explode. Oh dear. Wait a minute, boys, I want to go away the other way. I'm going to have to net this one and sort it out later. Too good to, if I get the chance. I'm going to try and get this one. Try and get you the best I can. It's a good fish. Just need him planing away from the rushes. There he is. I'm going to take him and sort him out later. Ugh. My net's spinning. I got him. Bloody net's coming unscrewed. Beauty. There's the most monstrous black cloud coming, and he hit me like a freight train. Beautiful fish, man. What a session. Is it the tide? Is it the lure? You've got to ask yourself, haven't you? What a cracker. Double figures. I was just about to move because the further down I've come, I've seen less and less of those little dimples. So I'm figuring there's no pike there. The pike are up there where these little 1 and 2 inch fish are. Just about to move, bang. Just, what do I know? What do I know? But at least I try and theorise. One theory I don't need to question is it going to rain? The answer is yes. I want to fish, but to be honest, I think I'm going to have to put my baby body up for a while. This doesn't look good. What a fish to get though. Different lure, guys. Oh, he's got me in the rush. No, he's come out, he's come out, he's come out. Great big fluorescent lure. It was given to me some time ago. Wow, look at this pike. What a session. I thought it was going to be a shallow runner because the tide's going down, as it were. Look at this thing. It's a mini croc. He's still there, boys. Come on, how'd you come? In the sunlight. Not going to get too close. That's the lure. Against the sunshine. Is yet another nice pike. Some lure session, is it not? Let's get this one back. That farmer's left me all this grass. He's such a nice man. Oh, there's no dog mess in there. I only want the good stuff. And it's turned into a sunny evening. I've got wet a few times, but I'm down to last knockings, guys. There you go, the old white kanji rod. And the nameless lure, I'm calling that one. But it catches fish. It's got the weirdest action. Runs quite shallow. You won't see it with this camera on my head, but there's a floater. And he goes wham, 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 wham. But I do it in the odd twitch. And that seems to switch them on, as I say. Cast like a, wow, a missile. See, floating. One jerk, it's under. Because I thought what's happening is I could see by the sluice there, it's dropped about possibly 18 inches. So my deep diver was starting to get a bit of weed, so I've gone a little bit shallower running plug. That's a theory anyway, and it seemed to pay off. Look, it could have just been the right time of evening, as it were. I've come back to do the same couple of areas, going to give it 30 minutes and that's it. That's got some violent action on it, that thing. They can definitely get the vibes off of that, I would say, and obviously with that colour, even I can see that 20 yards away. Slamming take again. What I don't understand is I don't see the pike obviously taking, but I don't see any fry coming out, which is strange. I'm going to have one more go down there. Whoa, yuck, what was that? Yeah, I thought that was running too shallow. I have to say, I was just about to change it. Just about to change it. Doesn't need much action. Guy's going to call it now. Had a load of pike, up to double figures, single perch. Been pretty good, I have to say, in the afternoon. It's gone off now, and I don't know whether that's because of the tide, I don't know, but you can just see there the sluice has dropped about 18 inches, 2 feet. So that's basically, the sluice hasn't dropped, the tide has. So hit that subscribe button. TA Fishing and TA Outdoors. We'll see you guys next time. The hat's definitely lucky now. I stained that peak out from grey to black. That's about 3 good trips I've had with it. And if you want to support us, we got down here the clothing as well. Check that out with Mike, hoodies and stuff like that. So I've found this is my type of restaurant. Doesn't appear to be open yet, but that's what I call my kind of restaurant. Wonder when they open.